so no intro tonight. There's no YouTube tonight. So I currently cannot pull up any kind of YouTube pages for my intro or any kind of. Anyways, we're starting off with just a basic solar report for tonight because we got a lot going on here. So I'm going to let this loop run for a few minutes here while a few more people get gathered here in the chat. And everything's kind of glitching here. I've had trouble pulling up instruments. I got instruments that are not running very smooth here. So everybody pray for a smooth show here. All right, you guys? Nice smooth show, Lord. Could we get everything running a little smooth here? Anyways, you can kind of see why we've had a major blow. We've had an M-9 come off the sun and almost an X-flare, and it's Earth directing. I mean, we're going to take it right in the face, right on the chin. So that big one right there. And for some reason, it won't even. Come on, give it. Lord, please help this computer. All right. Anyways, as this thing kind of skips and spits and sputters, you see this one emerging down below here. Bing, bing. That's in the strike zone. This is the one that's coming at us. This is another one. This is the big one I'm most concerned about. Well, if it'll continue to play here. Yeah, this is going to be one of those shows that's just going to be a little staggered and just be patient, folks. All right. That's why there's no intro here. We're just all instruments tonight, all about business tonight, okay? Anyways, boom. That one right there was quite the... And if you watched over here, we were undergoing a proton storm. And after this big eruption, it gets more intense. It gets thicker and more dense. The proton storm does. All right, so... Is there another instrument that's like wide open running in the background or something? Oh, it's this solar ham page is jammed up trying to restart. Yeah, something going on with our internet. Very choppy and staggered and stuff. I might even try restarting this a little bit if this doesn't work out too smoothly. If I could get this to scroll down, we'll just go one frame at a time. All right. Ooh. All right. So from 348 to the next frame is 424. All right, so we have some missing data, but you can see over here, here's our dark object. Here's the indentation it makes, and there's the magnetic, like the blast line. This isn't a magnetic line. This is the curvature of like a blast radius, the leading edge. And here it is right on the leading edge, all right? You can see the corresponding dark patch over here with a bunch of plasma attached to it, all right? There's your culprit. There's another culprit right there, all right? Then it goes boom, almost all the way around. Or not almost, but at least more than half there. All right, and this is coming at us. There's your ghost image of your object right there. You can see something else going on down here as well. Whatever's moving on out of there. Let me pull it down. There we go. You see this little tail of plasma right here is attached to an object that's right here. It's all draped in flames, basically. A great ball of fire here. It's a dark object. You can see another one over here with a little band of plasma going around the front side of it right here. All right, so we got this one right here. Another one right there. This is too bright to even see them, so we're just going to slowly plug through this. Whoops. What was in this frame? All right, you can continue to see that this plasma is glowing hot here all the way out. You gotta get that next frame now. Boom. You can see it over here. See the flames licking off the back of it here. There's a good ghost image right there. Oh, let me get that one. Just a kind of an example of these flames licking off the back of it here. Let me get this a little tighter and zoomed in here. How's everybody tonight? Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come here and learn some amazing facts. Here we go. Boom. Here's like this little plasma that's streaking off the back of it here. These flames that are licking off the back of it. Okay. All right. All right, let's continue on. Notice the proton storm still continuing over here. There's another shot of the flames coming off the, like a flame coming off the back. Not a flame that's propelling it. It's like almost like a tail of fire that's still attached to it, And we got something else going on over here as well. Dragging energy out. Then we have a slower motion event here, long duration event, something else going on over here. Here we go. Yeah, I think that might capture right there. Maybe I should darken it just a tad bit here. Still not kind of capturing what I want you guys to see here. Whoops, come back here, you. There it is, right there. Actually, kind of right here. You see this round spherical shape right here with the flames kind of still draping off the back side of it, or going around the top in front of it right here. So there's a spherical object right in the middle right here, creating a split kind of with plasma going over the front side of it here and around the other kind of side of it here. Here's the magnetic field or the CME that it's produced or whatever. Boom. It appears to be, there might be another secondary object right in there, smaller. But it's kind of ghostly. But there's an object, a bigger round one, right? Whoops. Draw it a little bit better. And part of the circle goes down into this fire here, into the plasma, all right? And then most of it pops back up there. Almost looks like a bowling ball with little holes or whatever in it. But secondary one, what's this up here? Another one, or that might be a ghost image. Anyways, there's those. And then as we back out a little bit, you can still kind of see your round shape right here. Maybe right there. All right, we got to keep going on. Let me back out just a little bit more to 125. Oh, good. We got some other folks watching, spying. I hope they're enjoying this as well. All right, so there's this object right there, moving on out. Boom, boom. This appears to be coming towards us in our strike zone. Here's another one going off at the very end right there. This is the beginning of the loop again. So opening frames here with the tail end of event closing out there. Here's our big blast with starting off here, and then it really jumps a bunch of frames. But here you can still see we got our object right there. Precious frames that were probably there. Also, you can see this, like I said, this hot plasma, still glowing hot way out here. And look at this shape, how it's bending light. It's bending light. There's a magnetic field here that's taking this light and making it bend. It should be coming out straight, right? When we go like this, here, you know what? Instead of doing that, let's just darken the screen here. All right, now on the red side, it comes in a little bit better here. You can see our dark shape right here. Missing light is what we're looking for. And then you can see it cut out right over here in the plasma. It's obviously the object that induced this CME, this event, flare and CME. Okay, so as we continue, all right. Yeah, you can't see it. So that's, hey, at least we got the one frame. All right, so I'm thankful for the one frame. That's more than enough right there to see it nice and clear. All right, so let me kind of brighten this back up for other instrumentation. Oops, there we go. Okay, so there's your event for today. You see all the proton storms still going here. Maybe we can get it to start and play smooth. I want you to see the density of the proton storm before the event. See it kind of really thicken up and crackle and sparkle. I don't know how well this camera's catching it, but maybe if we even did this. Ooh, 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 right about. Okay, so we're still having, this did not help our proton event, all right? This just induced it and gave us another blast, long duration blast of proton event. And it's still ongoing right now. We're about to jump over to that instrument, but this is not good. I mean, I don't want to be a fearmonger, but it's time to get serious, you guys. Look at what's going on here. And when I show you the region that came out of that 3576, the one that was Earth facing, I'm sure some of you have already seen the spirals already. Somebody's already been reporting on this, but we're going to go through that very carefully tonight. And we're going through this very carefully. So just get a good eyeful of what just happened there. And at the very end, we're already seeing something else. And even before we go to the other map, or to the other solar ham, let's just do our sneak peek at tomorrow while we're here. Okay, sorry, not playing the game tonight. I'm just kind of all about business. Ah, dang. What we can do, though, on the 7th, let's see, there's 6 frames here. It's not much, but we'll take a peek at it here. Where's this little slide on the right? Where'd it go? Oh, well. See this right here? Moving on out. And then something coming out right there. This is going to be our next blast right here. Ooh, something coming out the top too here. And one last frame right there. Okay, and that's already kind of a little sneak peek. what's going on there. It looks like a little smiley face right on this side here. But anyways, we'll look at this later. There's more important stuff we got to get around to. So we're currently experiencing another blast, or there was another one going on the next day. So here we are. Let's come on over here to our instrument. Click on this. Whoops. While we're here, I just want to show you really quickly. This peak comes right up to the line, right at X right there. It touches it, but it doesn't cross it. So at first, it's hard to tell if it's an X flare or not before they post any kind of numbers yet. So I was kind of going off of this spike earlier, going, well, you know what? That's darn close. I mean, it's touching the line. They said an M-9, maybe they don't want to freak people out, but you saw that blast. You saw it's serious. And when we get over here to the other end little spiral here in a minute, you'll see. Let me just kind of zoom in on this a tad bit more so you guys can get our normal perspective here. Whoa, what is going on tonight with this thing? All right. There we go. So here you go. Here's your line. X class, M class, just barely comes up, touches the line. Defined as an M9, 9.0. Wasn't even a 9.5 or anything. So an M9, which is way too much for us to be taking to the chin. All right, so let me just kind of back out of this, zoom back out to normal size. All right, so Proton event, 99%, currently underway. We can even take a peek at this. That's what I wanted to do. Let's go open up this movie. Oh, good, it's already going. There's your event hit. We're just at the beginning here. You see your ticker down below. Now watch up here at the top where it's green. Green is right here. It turns yellow. And then watch what else happens. Red on both poles. And we get hit again. And I'm a stickler for absorption. It doesn't matter what size, whatever, what direction, if it clipped us or not. However, what matters is the absorption that we're getting hit with. All right. All this gets directed to the poles. The poles directed to the core. I had a beautiful thing set up for tonight, but it's a YouTube thing, and it's not pulling up any YouTube right now. But go ahead and watch this for a second. I'm going to leave the little. I'm trying to get this. Where is the slide on this side? I wanted the little bar in there too, so, well, we'll just have to do it like that, I guess. There we go. So it restarted right there with an event, all right? That was the X, or the, that was the X flare. No, that was the M9 at the very beginning. What happened after it, you see our proton go from green to yellow and now red. There was that proton event that followed it, more intense again. There's the second wave of it. It's just kind of playing the movie there. I could pause it here and we'll go to the very beginning here. All right, so let's just go right there. So we're taking in absorption here at the poles. We're in green, which is the middle right here. We're getting hit with this flare. And then right here, it builds up, dips down, goes away. And then here, there's a little bit more right there. And then up here, we go from, look, it's nice and green, which is still the middle. It goes to yellow there a little bit, then to red. There's orange, back to yellow, orange, red, orange, yellow, back to green. All right, so we took on a lot of absorption. There's a lot of red on this instrument. All right, and that's not good because we're going to have residual effects down at the core. And that's where I would have pulled up this little three-dimensional example type thing that explains a little bit better. But apparently we're not getting any YouTube, but we'll try that at the end here. Once we're done with all these instruments, maybe I can close a couple out and we'll make an attempt at pulling something else up there. But for the meantime, impact right there, your M-9 and the residual proton event that was already going on, it getting inflamed even more at both poles. It's still underway. Here's our current readings right now. It's green up at the top, red at the bottom. You can see right now we're right here on our graph. And there was the event we just looked at right there. And this one's coming straight at us. All right. So I know I've been stalling here. Let's get on back to this. So the M9, it came out of this one, 3576. We were all it was being quiet and everything. And I was just like, I don't know about this. We took on some an absorption event at the poles in the form of plasma or CME. We hit a KP of a little bit over 4. There was a yellow band in this a little while ago. I wish I'd have captured it a little while ago, but emergencies crop up. So there's your auroras. I'll even open these up real quick. We'll take a peek at this, or we won't. Let's do the article. Oh, okay, yeah. Unexpectedly, a coronal mass ejection CME was detected passing the Discover spacecraft at 123. Passage past Earth was just picked up by magnetometers, and an increased geomagnetic activity may be possible over the hours ahead. Currently, the solar wind speed is nearing 470 kilometers per second. And the BZ component of the interplanetary magnetic field is bouncing from negative to positive territory. So far, the impact appears to be fairly minor, although conditions can change rapidly. A minor G1 magnetic storm watch is in effect until 12 UTC. All right, please, can we have this now? There we go. There's your auroras. They're green. They're very vibrant right now. There was yellow in this just a little while ago. Okay, that's what kicked our KP up to here. All right, so we took on some energies up here as not just the proton. We just got hit by some kind of solar event as well. All right. That was the boom, boom that we got hit with. A fairly rapid M-9 solar flare was just detected around, gosh darn it, 3576, peaking at 2307. Dimming is evident to the north of the region following the event, meaning a coronal mass ejection CME will be possible. Well, yes, it appears that the bulk of the plasma will be directed away from the Earth. Nah, not this time. Let's just get it going here. Boom. And the intense part where it turns kind of white right there. Yeah, we're going to take quite a shot here on the chin. And you saw the X-ray shot that we already took when it went off. Now, here we go. Not only do we have all this stuff going on and already have CMEs inbound before this one that are going to make things fluctuate as well. Okay. I want to back out of this one. I also want to show you this one. Can we please load this one up, Lord? All right, there we go. All right, here we go. Coming right here There's a 1, a 2. They kind of make a 1, 2, 3 as they squeeze together, and that's right here on the cusp of the 12th, 13th. All right, it's going to hit Earth right around just a little bit after 12 or after the 13th here. Boom. There's one wave with the second one coming in, and as the second one comes in, they compress to make one kind of solid wave once it passes. And that's due on the 13th, which is about 3 days from, well, it'll be, this one's still on the way with the next one, the big one behind it. So we got this one coming in on the 13th, and then we got this other one. I think this is separate because, oh, maybe not now. No, that looks different. We still got this one coming behind it. So I think we're going to be taking a double shot here. All right, so we saw those spirals. Let's get back out of here. Whoops, I just want to back out. So a near X flare right here, 3576. It's not clear over here on the edge. It's still very Earth facing. It's giving us quite the going to give us quite the shot. And it's also just out in front of our planet. So we're going to be going kind of in, it's, blowing out in front of us, not back behind our orbit. So wind that whips off in a curve this way, the spiral is going to connect with us. Already has. This is different. Update new imagery suggests the CME produced by this event. This is the X 3.3. All right. 3.4, or no, this M 3.4. No, this one's of the M 3.4, but that was old. That's still the article on the snowstorm. All right, let's get over here to space weather here. Bam. Let's read the article first, and then we can look at the pictures later. Unexpected CME impact. A CME hit Earth's magnetic field on February 11th. We're in the 10th, but it's now changing into the 11th. The unexpected impact jolted a USGS magnetometer in Boulder, Colorado by 40 NT, but did not immediately trigger a geomagnetic storm. Nevertheless, the G1 class magnetic storms remain possible in the hours ahead as Earth passes through the CME's wake. CME impacts, blah, 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 CMS text. Almost X flare. That's what I was trying to get, was almost X flare. And I got another X flare. But Earth orbiting satellites have just detected an M-9 class solar flare. Here it is right there. The blast was directly facing Earth. All right. Solar Dynamics Observatory shows that the blast was directly facing Earth. See it? Oh, there's a good perspective of where it is on the disk. I mean, it couldn't have been in a worse spot, really. Because right here, it would still kind of go behind us because there comes off in a curve. So this is just a, here we go. All right. The powerful explosion was only percentage points from a category X. So any CME it may have thrown in our direction possibly has plenty of power. I repeat, possibly has plenty of power. We don't know yet for sure that the CME exists. Stay tuned for information from Soho Coronagraphs. Solar radiation storm in progress for the second day in a row. Energetic protons from the sun are raining down on Earth. This is called the solar radiation storm. I think we're on day 3 now because that hasn't been updated. Category S2, watch it jump up here pretty soon. You saw that red on both poles, so that's probably S3 right there. This is the old article, but I did want to show you that one right there here. that big bad boy that had been calm for a while, and everybody was like, okay, let's pray it stays, I was even saying, let's pray it stays calm. But all these other guys were like, yeah, auroras, we want a direct hit. Well, now you're going to see the impacts of a direct hit. Like I said, the textbook case, we're about to see the textbook, the encyclopedia, the dictionary, the uh, what's the other one? Well, online, what is it? Google. You're just gonna see every book, textbook case right here. Just came right out of that bad boy. It has rotated a little bit more to this side in that last image, but that's it right there. The Martian sunspot. This was the one that was spotted on the backside of by Mars. And there it sits directly at us and just projectile vomited towards the Earth. Thankfully, it wasn't an X5 or something even worse. M-9's bad enough. All right, moving on. Let's get on over here. Oh, wait, wrong order. All right, let's do the polar vortex here real quick. Still tight and compact. You see this feed coming into it. Hi, surfer girl. Whoa, trippy. All right, let's get over here. You can see our subvortex still peeling off energy, shooting it back. We have this conveyor belt effect. There is a break in it right here, but look, all stretched out all the way to where? Looping back in. So our conveyor belt is back with the front wheel here guiding it all now. This subvortex is like the front wheel on a tank track, powering and guiding the conveyor belt down below, and you see it totally goes the opposite direction than the polar vortex. Comes all the way back to off of Africa, circles back up and joins back in with it. Look how thick and intense that field is right in this zone between Sweden, the Black Sea, this whole region right here. All right. Also, as well, this activity down in the southern hemisphere picking up. You see the purples now. This is spinning off from above the equator and joining down in the southern hemispheric flow. Okay, and it's getting more intense, the southern hemisphere flow as well. Some of these objects, when this latest one that caused this CME, the M-9, is possibly going to come in our direction. The object that induced it, when it passes, could cause like tidal surges, different kind of, almost like the moon controls the tide. It could latch on gravitationally, cause a hurricane type storm vortex in the uppers like this, like a sub vortex like that. Maybe that's what we're seeing, this thing increase in strength as this new magnetic object, gets closer to us. All right, so what I want to do now, all right, we're coming back over here to America. We're going to focus in on this for a minute. There's your flow. Now we're going to drop down from this upper through the mid layer. I never kind of give you too much of this mid layer, but let's take a peek at what's going on here. It's still got the vortex up here, right? But we have a subflow. It's a off ramp type effect. It's not adding to it. It's being peeled away, coming down towards the Mexican area, Mexico, all the way from like Northern California down into Central America, really past Mexico into Central America. Now, watch this. As we drop down to the upper jet, I want you to watch the correlation here. Bam. Go back and forth a little bit. All right. You see that flow going through there? We go to the upper jet. Let's back out of this a little bit. You can see the main power getting split up, getting very, very, very rigid. There's a storm with another storm with another storm. Boom, 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 boom. Taking energy way up here into Canada and driving it way down into Mexico, blending with this hot, moist air. See this thing adding to it as well. Boom. All right, so they're getting a very moist, very hot cocktail served up right here in Mexico. It's going to blend in with this flow, get pulled up in here into America. See this white stripe right here? This is where we see quasi-linear storm fronts right here. QLCS is right through here. And this is setting up to be not the most desirable setup. We're going to go down to the lower jet. All right. You see how it still correlates? This is where storms are getting carried on. It's this lower jet. It's still doing the same bow effect way down here. Still picking up energy from down in the tropics, bringing it up, mixing this cold air. Look how this takes air from here and drives it way down in Mexico. You might see snow down here in Mexico again. I don't know. We'll see. But this is going to be quite a wild ride, especially with inbound energy basically every day now, causing these storms to intensify, enhancing them, the bombogenesis effect. All right. I think they're expecting some of these to start dropping in pressure and do the bombogenesis effect. So hold on tight, folks. We're in for a bumpy ride with earthquakes, volcanoes, and wicked weather. Not wild. Now it's going to get wicked. Let's drop down a little bit more. Here's the level where a lot of the wind currents are. All right, so coming up here to the Pacific Northwest, let's see this storm coming in. It's going to bring moisture, boom, to the Oregon, Northern California, British Columbia, the whole Pacific Northwest. We got another one back here. This thing can still drive more energy. We have another one back here. This is not a good setup. And with the effects that we're having here, added energy to these systems, they could change at any time, change direction from the models, and also intensify, also disappear too. That is something that we haven't talked about yet, but that can also happen as well. I've yet to see it really happen, but the imbalance that magnetic field could cause when it comes in can actually clear out an area and shove storms to a different region. All right, so we'll see what happens here. But so far, there's our setup, and now, okay, take a deep breath. Let's come on over to the particulates here. I want to take a look at this sandstorm that's still underway here. Let's take it to, there we go, the yellow. All right, still ongoing. There's still this huge sand plume. I mean, it gets reported on right away when it first starts happening and then loses interest, right? Well, here, I keep reporting this thing is still ongoing. Something is wrong. We're in wintertime. There's not supposed to be sandstorms coming off of Africa until like the summertime, right? Well, here's this continuing plume coming off. And as this inbound object, if it does pass close enough to interact with our magnetic field, you could possibly see this thing stir up and get even worse. Let's pray that that doesn't happen, all right? I'm not trying to be Chicken Little and say the sky is falling or whatever, but we need to be aware of what's going on. And also, I want to contribute something else here. I want you to consider what this is. These are particulates. When raindrops form, any kind of humidity in the air, when it hits dew point temperature, it wants a particle to latch onto to form a raindrop. the more particles we have in the air, the more water the air can hold. Do you understand that? It's like having a thicker sponge that can absorb more water. And then when you squeeze it and wring it out, you're getting more moisture in your storms, right? So, added particulates in the atmosphere is not desirable, okay? We have volcanic eruptions that are sending huge plumes up to 20,000, 26,000 feet, and that does not help as well. All right, that's more particulates in the air, more and more means that the water vapor in the air can go up to higher percentages. The air can hold more water. This is not desirable. What I'm saying is not good at all. I'm trying to be very nice with my words, but where were we going, Lord? Oh yes, thank you. Now to the chemicals. We come over here to the SO2 to check our pressure, take the wind out of there. Let's come on over to America first. You can see it really kind of has darkened in this region right here. All right, a lot of gas coming out of that part of the country. Doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be earthquake there or whatever, but there is pressure under the ground pushing gas out through these perforations. All right, and the darker these patches get, that means there's more pressure down below. China being like the most pressurized place is one of our examples, and it's still mild at 5 to 6, but I expect to see this darken in. If it doesn't, thankfully it doesn't. But we got pressure kind of there. It's on the rise. We got stuff coming in. I wish I could show you the Schumann, but it's not pulling up right now due to what's going on in Russia. Seems everybody forgot after one night what happened in Moscow, but okay, dark patch right here. Let's come on over to Java. You're addicted to your iced tea, but it's got to be really cold. Yeah, it's got to be really cold. I agree. Warm iced tea, I'll tell you what, is better than a warm, flat Mountain Dew. So if you're in a hot environment, you got to leave a drink in your car. It's better to leave an iced tea or a bottled tea than a old soda, because drinking a hot soda is not as good. Darkening here, it's not black. You know what? We need to kind of get our brightness back a little bit. All right, there we go. All independent sites. Has been for a long time. All the way up the coast here. As we back out, you see South America has right along its plate boundary here is where a lot of this gas escapes through the land right here. Java, here we come. All right. Maybe just a shade darker in this region right here. This region has been dark for a minute, but this is adding in slowly but surely. I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. I'm trying to give you the proper coloration so you can see and be the judge with your own eyes. I still see some lighter patches in this area, but we're also seeing volcanic emissions from this area as well. All right. Where else? That was it for the SO2. All right. What else? No. All right. Yeah, let's come on over to the earthquakes here. Now I got it set on all magnitudes. Let's just start off at our starting point here. Nothing deep today. We had a 4.7 just off the plate boundary here down at 212. That's a 1/3 of the way down type quake. It's not a totally deep one, but it is a semi-deep one. The rest of those areas, very quiet. All right. All through here, very quiet. We come up to this region where we have our little weak spot. And in this little channel area between these islands, we got a 4.4 down at 40. Up here at the plate boundaries, a 4.4 again, 4.6. See something going on? Mid-range 4 energy at the surface, kind of going up through here. 4.6 again, mid-range 4. Guess what? Another mid-range 4. 4.6, yep, down at 36. There might one hit right here. Well, actually, that kind of relieved the stress. This is a different spot. Usually we see them off the coast here or even on the other side. This in between here. See these underwater ridges right here? These islands are seamounts that have, finally made it to the surface here. This being the nearest island, we know it's a volcanic island because it's here somewhere, but don't be surprised to see, rumblings around this. This is an indication of maybe something happening around this region. See how it's kind of off the plate boundary and kind of closer to these little islands over here? Maybe something waking up, its own little seamount down here. Whoops. Coming back up, nothing at the fulcrum point there. Over here, let me back out so you get a reference a little bit. Just south of Japan here on this ridge is a 4.4 down at 145. There's your mid-range 4. See, this is like a stabilization, the same magnitude all over the place. This is that pressure, like stabilizing. Once it pushes up to the crust evenly all the way around, it'll set off tremors that are all equal size all around the boundaries and even new spots. Again, here at this weak spot off of Japan, we have the 4.3 at 10 and a 4.7 at 10. This could be a spot where we see energy releases on a bigger scale when that happens, when that comes in. Before we get away from all these mid-range 4s, look, over here, made it across the plate, mid-range 4, made it over the hump here, mid-range 4. What's over here? A 4. Okay, it came over, made it down. We'll get to this part in just a minute. Let me finish up over here real quick. Up here, way further north, up in Russia, we have a 4.8, mid-range 4, down at 44, 4.9. There's a 5, because you know what we do with 0.9s here. 4.4, down at 191, 4.9, another 5. So mid-range 4s and 5s coming over here, this plate boundary. We don't see a lot of activity out of that, but right there, mid-range 4. See this even distribution, mid-range 4 here. Coming up this side, up this plate boundary into Italy. Whoops, 4.2. Still that same energy, a mid-range 4 energy. See the same size dots basically all over the map, all at our little fulcrum points. 4.4. I mean, it's kind of hard to miss. Everything is an equal size all through this entire region. Nothing bigger, nothing smaller. All the same size. And mind you, this is set on all magnitudes. Let me show you. One day, all magnitudes, and nothing but mid-range force on all our little fulcrum weak spots, fulcrum point weak spots. Oh, we'll save that for last. Now, coming up here, you can see all these little micro quakes kind of going up. This is a 4.4 as well. Oh, that's the same one. Microquakes reaching up into here, and this 3.2, darn close. Comes over, energy reaches over. This is not on a plate boundary. Look at this. Here's the zigzag, usually a fulcrum point or in between them here. This is off the plate boundary at a 4.0. Watch out, we might still see a 4.5 at one of the fulcrum points because this is still offshore. This is still kind of deeper into the plate. It didn't strike a weak. There's a new weak spot maybe there too. Right off of Seattle, a new weak spot. Bunch of little micro quakes, mini quakes there, coming zigzagging down here, and look what happens here at our fulcrum point that we were talking about earlier. 2.2, 2.1, 2.0, 2.4, and 2.0. That I saw a bigger quake a little while ago there. This one, 4.1, Petrolia, California. 2.3. So yeah, we had this bigger quake over here, and look, these are all very recent. This bigger one, here's these orange ones are for today, but these were just, this one was on there not too long ago. So it's already kind of dropped off the map. And what is that? 4.1? There's your energy. Kind of maybe diminished from 4.5 through this and this. Well, through this up here. Oh, yeah, right there. But let me get back to 1 Dale magnitude. Here we go. It comes in and starts heading down. You see little micro quakes running down just a tad bit. Let me get rid of that. But we have a little quake swarm going on right here at the geysers. And you see all the red ones? It's an ongoing quake swarm right now. All right, they're all really small. 1.1s, 0.4, but they're all little micro quakes. But we have a quake swarm going on, a weak spot right here at the geysers, because that's where steam has made it to the, through the crust, a perforation in the crust, causing a weak spot. A little activity going on over north of Tahoe here. Little microquakes going on over here. Just northeast of Truckee, 1.0, but what lake is this? Oh dear. Oh no. This is out by our campsite. Yep. Oh wow. Here at Virginia City, up in the hills up here, a little activity going on up in there too. We're seeing pressure causing, new little spots to kind of come alive. Here we are going, here's the San Andreas with a quake right on it right here at San Francisco. It's a 1.8. It's good. It's releasing energy, around this area. But look at this line of quakes. It's a little deeper in. There's a fault line. Probably, I think the Haywood fault line runs through there. Not sure, but all even-sized quakes through this region. All right, here's a new one. A 1.4 Ridgecrest. This is another spot that had activity the other day that I wanted to talk about. No, where's this one? Is it this one? The Searless Valley, where we had that fissure in the ground, started to have a little small quake flurry, but seems to be over. Anyway, still around LA. It's calmed down a little bit. All right, everybody in Malibu can kind of breathe for a second. Well, for a second, we got more energy coming in, and things are going to go off the hook. 3.2 there, and 2.1 hiding there. Now, this area down here, stay alert. We got a 4.3, 4.0, and this 4.2 today. I want to go 7 day on that. There's been more than just this activity today. This region has been rocking and rolling for quite a minute here. 4.7, 4.5, 4.7, 4.6, 4.5, 4.7, 4.4, 4. Oh, I already did that one. 4.4, 4.5. See, all these activity. And let's take a little peek here. Oh, that's about as close as we can get. This one's on this plate. deeper in, away from the boundary. And I believe this one right here is on the other plate as well, right on the corner. But we can't get the red line. But it sure looks like most of that circle is inside the corner. This area, a region to watch now, all right? And it's just south of California. It could produce a big quake and send energy up through the system. All right. Now let's get back to 1 day. Oh, there we go. Back and back down. Very quiet here at the Cocos Plate. I'm kind of waiting for a mid-range 4 around there to match up. Here on this little three-way junction, or even out in the middle of this plate boundary, mid-range 4. Maybe something along this plate boundary, especially at the fulcrum point, mid-range 4. If not, then this pressurization stabilization event is underway, and we might not see a bunch of activity until a burp comes up from down below, a burp of pressure. Boy, can we open up a volcano page, Lord? I mean, all these other ones were struggling. Oh, good, good, good. 28 erupting, 17 warning, 32 in unrest. Oh, maybe it doesn't pick it up. Yeah, maybe it does just dip it. What? I clicked on this. Ugh. Sorry, it's been a long 100 hours, I think. The last over 100 hours has been very excruciatingly painful. But come on, please, Lord. Can we have just a little bit of this? Thank you. All right. This is for already into the 11th today. Ebu. Explosive activity continues. 10,000 feet. Marapi. Flight level. Or there we go. 12,000 feet. Popocatépetl. 19,000 feet. All of these are over 10,000. Fuego now, 14,000 feet. This don't forget, these higher blasts are also relieving more pressure. So even though they're spewing more ash into the air, these 14,000 foot blasts, these 19s, that's a result of the pressure, but it's also relieving pressure at the same time, okay? Sabancaya still unable to detect. All right, let's open up the 10th here. Recahenus. The eruption stopped. No signs of lava and fountaining have been observed in the crater over the past 24 hours. That's all about to change. Ebu. That was 8,000 on the 10th and 10,000 on the 11th. Remember? This one, Ebu, was finally cracked 10,000. So it was 8,000 yesterday, 10,000 today. Semaru, flight level 14,000. Marapi, 12,000. Ducono, 10,000. Popocatépetl, 19,000. Santa Guido, 14. Fuego, 16. Sabancaya, 25. All right. If you want to read these reports and everything, you can come over here and dive deeper into them. But all I'm going to tell you is activity has picked up. The blasts are higher. You guys are here every night. You've been taking notes. You've been watching. Some of you pay attention. I know you do. Most of you guys are paying attention. All right, so 20s and everything is above 10,000 foot. Everything. 14. This was the only one that was under 10,000. And when we go back, Ebu is now 10,000. Okay. So you can see the jump in pressure. Everything's going higher and higher. And that's what I said was going to happen. This is what happens when you have higher pressure build up down below. We all understand it's not too tough. It's very, very simple. Pressure down below, when released, causes a higher blast. The higher the pressure, the higher the blast. Increase in pressure, increase in blast. Not too tough. Oh man, I wish I could get the physics department at Berkeley. I interviewed with a professor there one time, and I was not impressed. And I said, if you don't understand these basics, then I'm not paying for your course for you to teach me something that you don't know anything about. It's kind of crazy, don't you think? Anyways, here we go. Yeah, volcanoes. Watch them because everything's going to be coming online and stuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. Was there a list at the end of the 10th? Uh-oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Can we just go back? All right, fine. I'm going to start this model up. And I don't know if we're going to be having a spiritual report tonight. Let's just see what happens at the end of this. If I can open a YouTube page, having a lot of disruption with the sun and the activity that's going on right now is disrupting, websites and stuff. There's the, I'm trying to think of it. The website that shows all the different things that are down. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't look at it at all, but you can always go over and see Google's struggling, YouTube's struggling, because we got activity in the atmosphere. All right, let this loop play. You notice some changes. That storm right there changed. This stuff on the West Coast, the way it's coming in has changed a little bit too. It's more drawn out. It wasn't before. It seemed like it was one thing that passed, then another one that passed. But note how these storms now are getting caught up with this flow that's coming up here, and they're turning into these thunderstorms. All right, where's the beginning? Oh, almost there. One more time. So LA, you see getting smashed there again. Everybody, I think you learned from the last time. It's time to take this stuff seriously. Embrace for impact of another major storm. You see this thing going ballistic too. We're going to go step by step. There we go. Are we got... Let me pull this down. Are we too zoomed in? Okay. Where? All right. I guess for some reason there's no slide on there, but that's the best we're going to get so I can access the buttons. Can you guys see the time? Yeah, okay, good. Timestamps and everything in here, even though I'm going to call them out a little bit. Current conditions, nighttime, we have severe weather possibilities starting to brew here in northern Mississippi, okay? As this goes into the morning time, you see it's still kind of going quasi-linear here a little bit with this severe little band starting to form in the morning hours of the 11th. So some people might get caught off guard here. Hopefully it doesn't produce tornadoes. We do have inbound energy that's going to cause this to intensify. Even the snow part, even up here, all storms around the world, okay, not just this. But this is the one that we do for mainly this audience. Here we go into the noontime of the 11th. We got convection that's blossomed up here. You see this cold snow event with severe weather right next to it. This warm, moist air mixing with really cold air kind of breaks apart by convection there, thankfully. Splits up a little bit. We got a low forming here. This is the nighttime of the 11th. Going into the morning of the 12th. This low, as it's spinning, is spitting off this little burst of energy, causing severe weather here in Georgia, South Carolina by the morning hours of the 12th. it blossoms at noontime to this. You see this low, it's dropping to 997 there. And by the end of convection here, it's what, 990? And we have us a pretty healthy little storm front going on here with different bands of severe weather. Not necessarily in these locations. This could shift, this could change, but everybody in this zone, be on the lookout. Be aware on February 12th when the sun's going down, you guys are having convection with inbound energy that will intensify this. Boom, right there. That's the end of convection here. Help me, Lord. 992 low right there at the nighttime of the 12th. There's the morning of the 13th. This thing is tightly compact, high winds, lots of heavy snow right here in Pennsylvania, New York area. All right, severe weather way off the coast there, but it's spinning back this snowstorm right into the coast. You're looking at a nor'easter with a 978 low right there. Dude, that's 978? I think that's category 2. I'll have to go look this up. Anything below 990 is category 2, I think. Yeah, this might even get... I'll go research that in a little bit, but this is going to be a very serious deep low. You see the perfect comma shape here. Severe weather right there. That's going to be the noontime out there. So in the middle of the February 13th, it's just going to be hammering snow all the way up the East Coast there, and then it's out of there by the nighttime of the 13th. Morning of the 14th, noontime, we see this storm addressing the Pacific Northwest. There's the end of convection. Nighttime. So this storm seems to have softened up a little bit. We'll see what happens. That's good. I will take that. I would rather see these things decrease in intensity instead of increase. Got enough water. We don't need, these huge barrages. Noontime the 15th. End of convection. Down here in the tip of Texas, watch out at the end of convection. Moisture sneaking up in there. See how this low is pulling cold air and moist air together here? That's the nighttime of the 15th, going morning of the 16th, going the noontime, skirting the coast right there, snow up back in here. Look, watch your state or wherever you live, monitor your weather. Here we go again with the West Coast by the noontime of the 16th. Severe weather hitting the coast by the end of convection. Also, at the end of convection, we have thunderstorms out here addressing the coastline of Texas. Also, this low up here is bringing storms and high winds as well, all right? So lots of things, very complex, multiple things going on, multiple energies hitting us different times. I can't match up all these times perfectly because, excuse me, you saw those endless little spirals. There's one after another. Just expect it. It's just coming. We already know it's coming. Basically, from now until that next impact is, wave after wave kind of energy. Here we go. Nighttime of the 16th, hitting severe weather hitting the coast again. Possible lands or waterspouts making landfall. Same here, close to the panhandle of Texas. All this has to do is shift an inch, and now it's hitting the whole coastline. So don't think you're out of the brunt of it. You see it coming in, hitting the panhandle here. This is just all computer mapping, but watch out for an incident here the morning of the 17th. Here we go, morning of the 17th. Severe weather hitting the Northern California coast. Even snow up in here into Washington and stuff as well. Noontime of the 17th. There's the end of convection. We have severe weather inland here in California as well as addressing the coast and this linear type storm front coming in here. See this linear front as well, coming off the coast, going right across Georgia and back out again. So watch out this vicinity. Here we go. This is the nighttime. We're going to have nocturnal thunderstorms here possible nocturnal tornadoes, both spots. We're talking the morning hours still, the noon time of the 18th. Look at this now. Down here in Southern California, severe weather at the end of convection. 4 p.m. Pacific, sun's going down, the cloud tops have kind of done producing, and this is the end of convection, just hammering the coast from the Bay Area down to Los Angeles. Well, basically a little bit Malibu, but look, it's rain all the way around. This thing is going to be dousing Southern California around the 18th again. And the timing of it hitting the coast at the end of convection, it's not good timing either. Nighttime, we have a low of 980. Are you kidding me? 980? 979 there. All right, so this is a strong low coming in. Another one of these like category 1 type hurricane event. Nighttime of the 18th, morning of the 19th. Heavy snow in the Sierras, even out in Nevada. This is going to be quite the event here. Noontime the 19th. There's the end of convection the 19th. I mean, really heavy snow in the foothills right here. Lots of water all the way across California. Nighttime of the 19th, morning of the 20th. Look at this low wrapping up, taking cold air. There's an icing event pinching off in the middle. It comes in together at about noontime, the 20th. Still severe possibility there. The end of convection. Watch out here. The end of convection here. Severe weather in that region. Breaking up by the nighttime. You see this little low still spinning out there. Morning of the 21st, it goes away. There's the convection the 21st, nighttime, morning of the 22nd, noon, convection, nighttime. See how this low is down here? It's driving up, back up right here. You see this little band of moisture that's come up from the south here is colliding with cold air and starting to produce moisture, right? Then that's at the end of convection, and as it goes into the nighttime, that air is so warm when it collides, it starts to blossom at nighttime and going nocturnal thunderstorms. This one could be a dangerous one too. Pray that we don't have a bunch of inbound energy at this time. This is way out at the 22nd. Usually this far out we don't go, but still at this time, it's still important to monitor every little step. Even though they change, we watch the changes so we know what to expect. Here we go. I back up one. Morning of the 23rd, noontime. All right. The sun's hitting this. We got these different patches popping up here with the 999 low there. By the end of convection, this thing is dropped. It won't say to what, but we have severe chances. Icing, snow out in front of it. See it wrapping up your comma shape right here. This is a 990 low, heavy snow possibly back in Iowa or wherever this thing lines up. By the morning hours of the 24th, you're going to have a severe icing event, maybe here through New York, coming right down into like almost the Long Island area, back up through Buffalo. This is a 987 low projected. We'll see. Those numbers will change and maybe better or worse. So we'll just pray for better, all right? Now, as we get into the noontime of the 24th, your low is really wrapped up, 981. It's spread the whole East Coast all the way down, dragging moisture up with it. A 978 low by the end of convection, the 24th. 975 low by the nighttime of the 24th. Watch out up here in Maine. Here, you guys, this thing, when it hits like that, a 975, are you kidding me? It's hopefully that changes. That's got to change. But possibility for the nighttime of the 24th. And then as it swoops off land, you see it, the tail, like the dragon's tail whips up and picks up moisture and splashes it right at Florida and Georgia right there from the nighttime into the morning hours. Even South Carolina, right around that whole part of the coast right there. And this is way out there, but we're still kind of doing it. It pulls away from the edge of the country. That's the nighttime of the 25th, morning of the 26th. It kind of clears out by then, with at the end of convection in the afternoon, another storm addressing the Pacific Northwest. So let put that loop back into motion here. And yeah, I didn't get an intro. We didn't do a lot of the other things. Help me, Lord. Can we X out of some of this stuff? All right, please let this kind of work. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. My things have to be measured. If I don't pray right or thank them, things get bogged up. I get frustrated, and then it's just a downhill slope. You guys know what I'm talking about when you guys get frustrated and you're trying to recover from it, and you're just like, Lord, please help me. I don't like being negative and angry and frustrated. And we're supposed to have peace knowing He's here. But it's a hard struggle. As long as you're catching yourself when you're doing it, that's the trick. All right, we're gonna put it on now for a second while I see here. Can we open up? I'll get that one out of there as well, because that jams up stuff as well. All right, we're gonna try to attempt to open a YouTube page here and see if we're getting anything yet. Oh yay, it's working. All right. I know a Russian site might not appear, but we're gonna take one more stab here, please, Lord. Can we have the Schumann this time? Nope. Doing the same thing it did last time. If it doesn't pull up quick, it's not pulling up. Oh, what? It was starting to do it at the very end. We'll let that go for another second here. And then, oh, it was doing that. Yeah, the site can't be reached. All right. Well, then let's move on to Google. And we'll go over to some images. Nope. Those images? Oh, yeah, those images. I'm not very good tech savvy. Thank God for God. He's like, no, click here. No, go back there. No, click here. I'm like, I don't even know what to do sometimes. All right. So I guess we're going to go here. Let's take a peek at that one for a second. You see this like butterfly man type face coming together in the clouds, and at the very end, his hands reaching out. Oh, maybe it's better on the lines here. I'm trying to get these wavy lines best we can out of there. Yeah. Yeah, that's capturing it. You guys see it? Bisected face kind of coming together, and this cloud turns out to be his hand reaching out. All right. Cool. So what else we're going to? This was an interesting face right here. And what happened when it first started, it was a broken heart with a tear down the middle. This dark part was a rip down the middle of a heart, and then the heart slammed together into this face. I wish I could find the flip for that one. Is it this one? Well, here's that face. Once it slams together, then as you drop down, you see the snub-nosed dragon right here with the eyes and the nose and the mouth. Then there's an eye appears over here and shifts into a third face in the background. See this eye right there? There we go. Now it's capturing it pretty well. And maybe even tone it down a little bit. Let's show you some different images here instead of doing the YouTube thing because it was struggling tonight. And that was over the course of about a half an hour until I couldn't hold my arms up anymore. Here's this little bird popping in here's his eye under there. He's like pulling his wing off of his eye, saying peekaboo. Okay, yeah. Then, oh. Where'd it go? Community? Oh, where did it go? Help Lord? Oh, wait. I know where to go. Let's see really quickly here. Give me just a second. Another face captured in the clouds. I meant to post it. I don't know why it didn't go up. It's not this actual video. This channel, World of Science, they do a really good job over here capturing stuff. Come over here and watch this video, but this is not the one I want to check out their channel. It was no, it was in a short, I believe. Oh darn it! Where did that face go? Oh, maybe it's our community. Yeah, some of these shots that she finds or they find him. This one right here. Do you see the face? Can you see this eye with the eyebrow lifted? These are the eyes in the sky that I saw in that vision, that roller coaster vision. When I looked up from that pandemonium going on down below, there were these eyes in the clouds just like this. And when I made eye contact with them, I actually transferred into this perspective, looking back down at the earth. I got to see from these eyes. So once I looked up, saw, made eye contact with it, I got like transferred to that perspective looking back down. And this is again one of these faces that's in the clouds here. And before all of this stuff started happening, you could blame this on pareidolia, all right? We have reached a different level now where there are things happening in the clouds. The Bible tells you you will see signs in the clouds. All right, you'll see them coming in the clouds. Here's these signs in our clouds. This is the spiritual realm. I've shown you guys before the etherical realm now transferring and taking place in our clouds. And not only is this stuff following me around everywhere I go, now it's starting to happen around the world and other people are capturing it. Okay. And should we go into that tonight and explain that? Not yet. There's a bisymmetrical face I've shown you guys before that's Jesus on one side and the devil on. You know what? I'm going to show it real quick, but not for what you think. All right. What's really going on in this image here? Let's see if we can get this perfect without too much. I need a little bit higher here. All right, let's just take a quick peek up there. The bisymmetry of this face, okay, is evil on one side and good on the other. Now let's talk about God for a minute. God knows good and evil, right? Just like man knows good from evil. Well, some people do, okay? So this spiritual effect is going on inside of people. That's why you have the devil on one shoulder saying, yeah, yeah, do it, do it, do it. And you have the angel on the other shoulder says, no, no, do the right thing, do the right thing. All right. You're in a state of bipolar. You're half evil, half good. All right. We're striving to be all good. Get rid of this side and fill it in with the crown, all right? And be all Jesus. Jesus wasn't divided. He was all good, all right? This is a side effect in the spiritual realm that man is going through right now, all right? This is also hard to explain, but this is God. God is Jesus and the devil all in one. He's a entity just like you, a person just like you, who knows good from evil and then struggles hard for the good. Doesn't just cave into the evil inside your own mind. You have to fight this. All right. And this is what you're enduring. And that's why a lot of these faces are bisymmetrical. Notice the lifted eyebrow. Okay. See that little that look in his eye, the eyebrow right there. See the eyebrow lifted? You see that all-seeing eye more defined than the other one? There we go. This is definitely a face in the sky. This is how I can tell. It's bisymmetrical. It has the evil on one side, good on the other. All right? You're fighting a spiritual battle within. All right? And the media and the world are trying to get you to divide inside yourself and fall and cave to evil because it's hard to fight for the good side. It takes work. It's painful. It's arduous. It's irritating, aggravating, and you find yourself falling and tripping over and over again, going, God, why am I doing this? I believe you, yet please just help me get over this. All right. It's that spiritual battle within that we are struggling with. All right. And it's going to get more and more intense. The more intense these activities become, the more it's going to rattle people's cages. And that's at this channel, we're not here to rattle your cage. We're here to give you a firm foundation. Okay. If you look, there's actually another eye right in here. The top part of the eye. Just capturing right in there. All right. Another spiritual realm face. When you guys go out in the daytime and you're looking at your clouds, watch for these sets of eyes in the sky. They're all over the place. All over the place. And nobody notices because they're too busy driving and texting. More dangerous than drinking and driving, I swear. But this is why people aren't looking up. This is why they're distracting you with all this drama, getting you all flustered, because there's a spiritual war going on for your mind. All right? So I hope that doesn't scare you. Some of you may have made more dots connected there. All right? And it's kind of hard to come out and say it. So I just kind of, I just do it. I don't talk the talk. I just go out and walk the walk. Okay? Anyways, you can see the lifted eyebrow. That's what gives this away. You can see this well-defined eye. It's got a cat eye type feature to it. Let me, you can't go too tight in on it because you lose the effect. Whoops. There we go. All right, that's an established eye. That's a nose, corresponding nose. You can even make out this other eye over here. All right, that's a face. It's not just a set of eyes that happens to match with the nose and the mouth. That's a face. That's a spiritual character in the spiritual realm. Okay, you see that eye? That eye means business. It's just sitting there watching. This event took place on the night I told the story. Oh, no. This took event. This says February 6th. Okay, yeah. Whew. Glad it didn't take place on the night of the story. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. And this stuff is in your skies all the time, watching. The watchers are watching. These eyes are there. They see every move you make. And now other people are finally taking notice and looking up and going, gosh, that really starting to look like a face. Maybe I should take a picture of it. Yeah, because it is. And it's watching you take the picture. They have telepathy, they're reading your mind. All right. Anyways, there is the brand new face in the sky right there. Alrighty. So with that, maybe we'll use that as our image for tonight, since it's right there. And maybe if we do this, just tap it. Nope, that messed with my wavy lines. Brian, be satisfied sometimes. Looks good enough. People see it. They know what you're talking about. I like perfection, and it's so hard with the Jimmy Rig system for somebody with ADD. All right, there we go. No, it's not ADD. The doctor actually gave it a term that, well, he can't describe it, so he just kind of made up. IDTWTFCI. I don't know what to call it. Yep, that's my diagnosis. Anyways, there's your face, spiritual event happening in the sky. This actually, let's take note, over Ireland, February 6th, 2024. We're going into the 11th. This was 5 days ago, over Ireland. Sligo, Ireland. All right. God's watching Ireland. He's watching what's going on over there in the war. Everybody getting set up and making sure plans are going just as planned. Everything is going just like the Bible said. All right, cool. Hopefully you see that image and you know what we're looking at here. And boy, do I gotta read this tonight. All right, help me, Lord. Help these people open their ears, Lord. Open their eyes so that they may see and that they may hear, that they may absorb. Learn to listen to me even while you are listening to other people. As they open their souls to your scrutiny, you are on holy ground. You need the help of my spirit to respond appropriately. Ask him to think through you, live through you, love through you. My own being is alive within you in the person of the Holy Spirit. Okay? What you guys are feeling is me. Okay? You're feeling me in your spirit. Something else I kind of want to talk about here a little bit. The Holy Spirit. Another thing that kind of, I don't want to get this wrong for you guys and teach you wrong, but the Holy Spirit in your consciousness, you guys have vision, smell, your five senses, your consciousness. Where does your consciousness come from? It's not just a simple chemical reaction inside a bunch of tissue. You're aware. You have feelings and emotions. Where did that come from? Why do you guys get angry? Why do you guys feel sad? Why do you guys feel happy? Why are these emotions attached to us? Because we're spiritual beings having a human experience, all right? So, also, when you think of the Holy Spirit, think of your consciousness. Are you conscious? I know the people here at this channel are. I know the people at this channel here are conscious now. They're awake now. Their senses are more alert now. You're living more vibrantly now, okay? It's not necessarily the Holy Spirit is your consciousness. But when you speak to the Holy Spirit out loud, your ears also hear that, and it goes back into your brain, reassuring your own consciousness what direction you want to go. It's like speak to your mind to make it happen. Tell yourself what you want to accomplish, and then go do it. All right. Anyways, let's get back to this. So let's start all over again with a fresh sip of this, please. All right. Been through a lot, and it's important. These are all lessons I've learned, okay, you guys? So learn to listen to me, even while you are listening to other people, okay? Because you're going to be listening to other channels. They have different ways of showing you stuff. I have different ways of showing you stuff, okay? So even while you learn to listen to me, listen to other people as they open their souls to your scrutiny. You guys are the viewers. It's your scrutiny, okay? So as they open their souls, like I do, to your scrutiny, when I open my soul to your scrutiny, you are on holy ground. You need the help of my spirit to respond appropriately. Ask him to think through you, live through you, and love through you. My own being is alive within you in the person of the Holy Spirit. If you respond to others' needs through your unaided thought process, you offer them dry crumbs. But when the Spirit empowers your listening and speaking, my streams of living water flow through you to other people. Very simple stuff. It's very simple, but not everybody can grasp it. I repeat, again, this is so important. If you respond to others' needs through your unaided thought process, you offer them dry crumbs. But when the Spirit, when your consciousness, when you feel inside your heart, when the Spirit empowers your listening and speaking, my streams of living water flow through you to other people. Be a channel of my love, joy, and peace by listening to me as you listen to others. Okay? Just like you listen to me, listen to others. Be intrigued. Listen to people are crying for help out there. And, oh boy, do we have one for that. We'll get to that tomorrow night. We got to keep moving here. So what's next? This one, Lord? Okay. So, do not be discouraged by the difficulty of keeping your focus on me. I know that your heart's desire is to be aware of my presence continually. This is a lofty goal. You aim toward it, but never fully achieve it in this life. So don't let feelings of failure weigh you down. Instead, try to see yourself as I see you. First of all, I am delighted by your deep desire to walk closely with me through your life. I am pleased each time you initiate communication with me. In addition, I notice the progress you have made since you have resolved to live in my presence. Again, not getting this. I am pleased each time you initiate communication with me. In addition, I notice the progress you have made since you first resolved to live in my presence. When you realize that your mind has wandered away from me, don't be alarmed or surprised. You live in a world that has been rigged to distract you. Okay? When you realize that your mind has wandered away from me, don't be alarmed or surprised. You live in a world that has been rigged to distract you. Do we all agree? Oh, good. Each time you plow your way through the massive distractions to communicate with me, you achieve a victory. So rejoice in these tiny triumphs, and they will increasingly light up your days. So grow strong in the light of my presence. Your weakness does not repel me or repel me. On the contrary, it attracts my power, which is always available to flow into a yielded heart. So it has to be a yielded heart. Surrender. Okay? My power attracts and will always be available to a yielded heart. So do not condemn yourself for your own constant need of help. Instead, just come to me with your gaping neediness and let the light of my love fill you. A yielded heart does not whine or rebel when the going gets rough. Okay? This is where it gets hard. I am struggling with this as well. My heart was yielded for years and years and years. My patience was ultimate. All of a sudden, now that these attacks are happening, my patience is getting tested. I catch myself screaming and yelling when I should be at peace. I know what's going to happen. I know everything's going to be okay. But still, I catch myself doing it, and I still struggle with this as well as you. So what I do is, Jesus, I'm doing it again. Please help me, Jesus. Catch yourself doing it, pray for his help, and then try to just distract yourself with another thought and move on with something else. It's very hard to do, but it's a practice that's good to do, because when things go crazy and there's no internet, there's no phones or whatever, and you're all alone, you're still not alone. And you need to be able to connect. Not with Wi-Fi. Where did I leave off here? A yielded heart does not whine or rebel when the going gets rough. And when the going gets rough is a true test of your character. How do you react under pressure? Do you snap, or are you going to be the person who calms everybody down, is the cool head in the room? Okay. The yielded heart does not whine or rebel when the going gets rough. It musters the courage to thank me even during hard times. Yielding yourself to my will is ultimately an act of trust. In quietness and trust is your strength. Do you guys get it? In quietness and in trust is your strength. Yay, you're getting it. All right. I love this. And did we even have that other part? Where was the other ones, Lord, that you had the notes? Well, the notes. No. The other one. Yeah, here we go. All right, cool. I found them. Thank you for being just a second there. All right, cool. Better lighting. My unfailing love is better than life itself. There is no limit to my love, in quality, in quantity, or duration. It is infinitely better than anything this world offers, and it will never run out. How priceless is this unfailing love! Consider the parable of the merchant looking for the fine pearls. When he found one of great value, he sold everything he had and bought it. My love is like that pearl, so valuable that it is worth losing everything else to secure it forever. Okay? It really is. Though gaining my love is worth losing your life, it actually enriches your life. Okay, let's go through this again. Though gaining my love is worth losing your life, okay, I'm not going to kill you, but we all die eventually, right? We're all going to die, let's be honest, eventually in the future of whatever causes. We're all going to die eventually. We don't live forever. Well, we move on forever, okay? But Through gaining my love, though gaining my love is worth losing your life, it is actually enriches your life. How many of these viewers, how many of you guys' lives have been enriched from this channel? From things that you've learned here, from the sun to the earth, to the spiritual realm, to the clouds, to real answers to these things. Most people go, oh, what's going on here? I have no explanation. Well, I do. Okay, I have explanations. I have answers. I have real answers, real solutions. And I'm a real person, by the way, too. That's the freakiest part, is I'm a real person. The Word made flesh, walking around with you. All right, back to where I was. Sorry, I'm getting off the pace here, but this is a different show tonight. Again, I'm going to just start all over again with this page here. My unfailing love is better than life itself. There is no limit to my love in quality, quantity, or duration. It is infinitely better than anything this world offers, and it will never run out. How priceless is this unfailing love? Consider that parable. Now, though gaining my love is worth losing your life, it actually enriches your life. Each day is fuller, more vibrant. You know you're getting closer to the end, closer to victory. You guys are now living vibrantly, right? Yeah, that's right. This glorious gift provides a foundation for you to build on, and it improves your relationship with other people. Subconsciously, this stuff is improving your relationship with other people. Okay? Knowing that you are perfectly and eternally loved, knowing, not just guessing or hoping, knowing that you are perfectly and eternally loved helps you grow into the one I designed you to be. Grasping how wide and long and high and deep is my love for you leads you into worship. That's what worship is. Grasping how wide and long and high and deep my love is for you. That leads you into worship. That's worship. This is where your intimacy with me grows by leaps and bounds as you joyously celebrate my magnificent presence. You guys should be on fire knowing it's real and I'm here. Now, proclaim my salvation day after day. You need to recall the truth of the gospel every day. By grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. It is a gift, not a result of works. This truth is very countercultural. The world tells you that you have to work at being good enough. Your own fallen mind and heart will agree with these messages unless you are vigilant. So it's easy for you to believe these people unless you are vigilant. That's why Scripture warns you to be alert. The devil is the accuser of my followers. His accusations discourage and defeat many Christians. So remind yourself of gospel truth frequently. The best response to this glorious gift of grace is a thankful heart that delights in doing my will. It is vital to proclaim the gospel not only to yourself, but to the world. Declare my glory to the nations. Imagine what would happen if you did that. If every nation found out. It's coming, folks. Brian Knight is coming like a lion. The best response to this glorious gift of grace is a thankful heart that delights in doing my will. It is vital to proclaim the gospel not only to yourself but to the world, especially in these last closing moments. Declare my glory to the nations. Seek to share this good news, both near to family and friends and coworkers, and far to the nations. All peoples need to know the truth about me. Let your thankfulness motivate you, energize you, and fill you with joy. Do you hear me? Do you hear my passion? I'm coming like a lion. They know it. I'm here right now. And I love you guys so much. You are the best audience. Really, you are. You're truly blessed. And when you come to visit me and spend time with me, it blesses you, it blesses me. And when you share that with others, do you see the blessing when you share this? Your disciples. Start acting like it. I love you guys. All right. I'm not harping on you guys. You guys are acting on it. You're here listening to this whole show. You are taking action and you're learning and listening. I'm trying to help you. I've been through a lot. All right. Been to hell and back. All right, guys, take comfort. Know the Word made flesh dwelt among them. I showed you that birthmark. I was alive. I got stabbed in the side and died. But when I came back to life again, I got a birthmark of that on my side. I showed you the birthmarks on my feet. Go take a look at them, you guys. I'm not trying to brag. I'm trying to give you reassurance. Listen to my voice. I'm not all that bad. I'm a nice guy to the ones that I love. Other people that don't like me so much, well, they're going to come up against something that they, let's just say I'm grateful that God has both good and evil, knowing both good and evil, and can punish the wicked righteously. They should be seeing this sign right now and shaking in their boots. Well, you guys are about ready to, well, you ever been to a wedding and the reception and the dinner and all the, yeah. While everybody else is, well, they'll be learning. They'll be going to spiritual school. All right, but there's your latest image. Pretty cool, huh? And what's weird is like when I'm way back from this, from my screen on my camera has already compressed this image. You're looking at it pretty big there, but looking at it from way back here at this compressed, I can see my own face in this. That's what's disturbing is when you recognize your own face in the sky, and all this stuff starts happening. You know what? What else? There was other stuff, Lord. What you want me to show them now? This is a cool picture of 7 rainbows. Lake County, Pennsylvania, May 29th. I showed you. Oh, this is the one I wanted to see. All right. Can you see the lion face here? The eyes, the nose, the whiskers, the mouth, the mane coming off here. I can't zoom out. Actually, the compressed image really shows it a lot better. But let's see this one a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. All right. The lion of the tribe of Judah. Coming from inside my chest, coming out of my heart. I feel like a lion. I'm just gonna. You'll hear me roar. I think you guys are already kind of hearing it a little bit already. I'm trying to be patient and tolerant and very accepting about all this. I never dreamed this had ever happened to me. I'm just an ordinary, average guy trying to live my life, and I've been through some definite trials in my life that I always kind of wondered, why is this happening to me and not other people? But later on, when the spiritual realm shows up, all that previous history starts to make sense in my head, and I'm like, oh, that's why. other spiritual accomplishments I had in life that I didn't know I was doing until I found Jesus. All right, here's this one real quick. See these angels bowing there? There you go. Oh, what? Oh, I guess we got one more reading here. To this image. Okay. It says, I am God, your Savior. No matter what is happening in the world, you can be joyful in me. Your planet has been in a terribly fallen condition ever since Adam and Eve first disobeyed me. They lost their first two sons in a heartbreaking way. Cain killed his younger brother Abel because he was jealous of him. Then God punished Cain by sentencing him to a life of restless wandering on earth. Restless wandering on earth. Ongoing effects of the fall continue to make the world a dangerous, uncertain place. So the challenge before you each day is to be joyful in the midst of brokenness, not hardship, not adversity, in the midst of brokenness. Okay, remind yourself often, Jesus is with me and for me. Nothing can separate me from his love. Pour your energies into enjoying my presence and looking for the good that remains on the earth. Use your gifts to shine my light into places where I have given you access. Have no fear of bad news, for I am able to bring good out of evil. All right, this is why. Have no fear of bad news, for I am able to bring good out of evil. Train your heart to be steadfast, trusting in me, your Savior. Okay, is that it? Or this one now? Oh. So do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. You are looking ahead at uncertainties, letting them unnerve you. Fear and discouragement are waiting alongside your pathway into the future, ready to accompany you if you let them. Yet I am always with you, holding you by your right hand, because I live beyond time. I am also on the path up ahead, shining brightly, beckoning you on, encouraging you to fix your gaze on me. Cling tightly to my hand and walk resolutely past the dark recesses of fearfulness and despair. Excuse me, sip here. What? Nope, stop there. Change images. Dang, I thought we were done, son. What are you doing now? That one? No, that one. Nope. Is that the right one? Yeah, there it is. Okay, back again. Cling tightly to my hand and walk resolutely past those dark presences of fearfulness and despair. Keep looking forward towards my radiant presence that beams out rays of unfailing love and endless encouragement. Your confidence comes from knowing I am continually with you and I am already in your future, preparing the way before you. What? Scratch that word out. Oh, I wanted to read it that way. Okay, yeah. Your confidence comes from knowing I am continually with you and I am already in your future, preparing the way before you. Listen as I call back to you words of warning and wisdom, courage and hope. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I can't wait until we're victorious at the end of this. You're gonna love this. All right, I love you. I miss you. God bless you. And until my next show, I will be back, but I'm already back. Can't you tell? I think most of you guys can tell. Good job.